Let me just do another video on what I'm talking about when I say you focus the light above until your secondary bevel is kind of reflecting it. So you have your light source. Let's say you have your light source, some bulb above your head, and it's giving off light. So when you're holding your knife, you have the the side of the knife, and then you have the secondary bevel. And that secondary bevel is what we're talking about. So what happens is as the light comes down and you're looking at it with your eyeballs, once you see this reflection, then in a sense you have the knife secondary bevel. Of course, this is magnified. This is the secondary bevel of the knife. Now it's flat. Now you put the paddle or the strop, the cardboard back sandpaper, equal with this, and you got your angle. So you get that reflection. This is flat. Now you know this is where you begin. Now, why? This is not as important as you might think because you'll get the feel of it. But a lot of people, when they start, they might not have the confidence. They don't want to wreck their knife. I would just practice on a crappy knife. And when you do your sharpening, use the higher grits if you want. So this way you're not taking off too much metal. Like this is 2500. So I'll use a 2500 if I really don't know what I'm doing for the first time, so you can get a feel of it. So you're really not taking off that much metal. And then once you get a feel of it, then you can start using your other grits accordingly. So the whole thing is to build up your confidence, because once you do this, you will see a whole nother world of knives. You're not going to need to buy a knife every couple of weeks when it's dull and then have a closet full of dull knives because you don't know how to sharpen, or you have to just deal with a knife that's just not sharp. That sucks. So again, this secondary bevel, you get the reflection of a light source above you, and you can also use the markers to mark them because you are looking exactly at what you're working on. And that's the difference between our method and everybody else. You get to see what you're doing real time. It's not like a surprise, and then you pull up your knife off of, like, let's say a stone or something, and then you got these weird angles. And it's very consistent, and it doesn't leave those like stone type imperfections. Real